I recently went to a classic car auction preview day, saw a ton of really interesting old cars. A lot of stuff from my era, 80s, 90s, all the stuff you took for granted at the time, which is now becoming more and more rare. It was really just an opportunity for me to get out with the camera, do a bit of video, took a load of footage of me just opening car doors, having a look at the interiors, smelling the mould. There's a lot of mouldy cars there, there were a lot. But the main focus, I was looking for something to do for another video, and I thought I'm going to do a badge. I'll take an old car badge and we'll vectorize it, make it into a video. And just before I show you which one I chose to do, I have rejoined Instagram for the first time. I've been off Instagram for about 500 years, it feels. No, it's probably about 5 years, something like that. So if you want to head over to, it's nice and simple, Petrol Vectors. I'm on two followers. I'm not usually into numbers and the followers and all that, but yeah, I'm on 2 followers, which is a bit sad, really. But so if you want to head over there and just maybe drop me a like at least, if not follow. But I'm going to put a lot of stuff on there that's it's not really worth making a video about. I'll just start adding posts as I do my day-to-day stuff and all my fun hobby stuff. So yeah, I'm going to put this footage in the video. I'll leave a timestamp. It's about 5 minutes long. I'll probably put it at the end to keep it out of the way of all this. And the badge we're going to do is from an old SAAb rally car, which I don't have. It's in the video. It'll come up at some point. But yeah, we're going to do this one. And 2 colours, two base colours, silver, chrome grey and the blue, so it should be nice and simple if you're just starting out with Affinity Designer on the iPad. Let's give it a go, see what it comes out like. I've imported the badge into Affinity Designer. Let me just show you the MX-5. This is what they look like when I just set off just a few basic selections. I'll come back to that probably in a different video. I'll turn the photograph on. I was just in the street. A long way to go on this one yet. Let's just get into this badge and I'm just zooming on that. So yeah, there's a couple of different ways I think we could go with this. I think for this one we are going to go the simple route and just do a flat vector of it. We could go down the route of replicating all the little patinas and reflections, but I think that's just going to be a bit much for this video because of the bit on the end with the footage of the car auction. So I reckon we're going to make some simple selections and fill it out from there. So I'm going to start by picking up the pen tool. We'll let Affinity create a new layer for us, and we'll just start by selecting the outer edge and jump across the corner. Let's turn that stroke off. And then I'm just going to jump around the curves. I've got to keep meaning to turn off the double tap on the pencil because it keeps jumping to the move tool, but I'll persevere with it for now. And you can manage these curves as you go. I just always prefer doing it in straight edges. I just find it a little quicker to get the shape covered and then come back in and do your curves afterwards. It just seems to be a bit more of a logical, to me at least, a bit more of a logical kind of production line where you spend one pass tapping on the glass, making your points, and then you go around again, sorting out all the little bits and pieces. What I want to do is just make sure on these points are a smooth continual curve, so I'm just grabbing the curve and pulling it till it jumps to pink. And once it's gone pink, I can then manipulate the curve even more precisely. There may be a better way of doing this. I haven't found it yet. I do keep looking. And with that done, I'm gonna fill the whole shape with a basic kind of silver colour. So I'm going to use a colour dropper and find like a mid grey somewhere in the image. And that's our first selection made. So now I'm going to just turn this off so we can see what we're doing. I'm going to make another pass and then fill that with blue, and then we're going to work on the lettering. So I made a selection for the blue enamel. Now that's in place, I've just realised this is actually looking quite beige. So let's just address that before we go too much further. I'm just going to put a bit more grey into it. Something there. Yeah, that's a bit better. And now we're going to do the lettering. Now, the S is a straightforward selection like we just did, but obviously a bit more complicated. And the A's we can actually duplicate, and I need to show you how to do the Boolean operations. So I reckon what we're going to do is do an A, cut out this centre section, and then duplicate it. The easiest way for us to create the A is to just start with a new layer on top. We could cut it out of the blue, but if you're new to Affinity and using an iPad, it could get a bit complicated. So let me create a new one on top. I think that's probably the best way to go. So back to the pen tool, we turn off those two layers so I can see what I'm doing. And let's just trying to decide if these are radiused. Yeah, let's just put a little radius in. Zero, get rid of that. Same method as before, we're just going to scoot around, tapping on the glass. Oh. There we go, and then into the node tool, put our radius in. Now this isn't the best picture because I was stood a bit too far back, so it's pixelated, so I'm having to sort of guess, to interpret what's actually going on there, but that's my fault, and I've done this before and I never learned the lesson. I'll do it again, I'm sure. I usually do it when I take pictures of the cars. I usually forget about the shadow detail and end up washing out loads of detail under the vehicle in shadow, and have the same problem there. But it's a fairly small badge, and I was actually using my Viltrox 20mm, and it's a very wide angle, so you do have to be quite close. I'm surprised maybe it just wasn't close enough. So that's the selection, that's the outer selection done. So let's just, I need to borrow the colour. Let's just pick up the colour swatch eyedropper, pick up that colour for our A, and then turn that stroke off. Right, so we're looking at something pretty decent there, but we need to chop out that middle section. So let's just turn off those two, and then I'm going to drop the opacity right down so I can see that centre section, and we're going to do the same again. Sorry, concentrating and I forget to speak. May not be a bad thing. That's a bit of a wide, tighter radius on it, I think. Match the other side. There we go. Right. I'm just going to, I don't even think you need to fill it with the colour, but I'll fill it with the colour just so you can see it. Let's just move you out of the way. Oh, back on stroke again. Put on fill. And then let's just bring the opacity back up for this one. What I want to do is use that blue to punch out a hole on the grey. So I'm going to go to the move tool. I'm going to pick up the centre, and then I'm just going to swipe right on the other shape underneath, and then I'm going to go to the Boolean operations and subtract, and that knocks out the hole. So when I put the backing back on, it starts looking something like. So I think what's next is I'm going to show you how to duplicate this A, but because it's on a different angle, I wonder if we can, if I could flip that, it should work. Let's give that a go. Now, if I was going to be really professional about this, I would turn these layers off and draw the next A from scratch. But time is not our friend, so I'm going to show you how to duplicate this and manipulate it into position for the other side. So on the move tool, and then we're going to come down to the command controller and tap on this icon, tap on this icon. If it stays illuminated more than a second, and then we're going to grab that image, and as we drag it, it will duplicate. You must remember to turn this off. If you don't turn it off every time you pick it up again, you'll duplicate it. So turn that off once you've got what you want. We're going to turn off the two layers underneath, and then back on the move tool, I'm going to flip this horizontally. And in an ideal world, that would fit perfectly on there, but as you can see, it doesn't, which makes me think this SAAb badge probably wasn't designed by a computer. So just going to grab that handle and rotate it ever so slightly. And I think that is as good a fit as any. So the techniques I've just shown you, you can use on the B, the same, just punch out the holes, and I think the plane, if you zoom in, I think, yeah, they're separate selections. So the rest of it is straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and see what it looks like at the end. So here's the end result, a nice, simple two-colour vector from a photograph. We're going to probably return to this at some point, add some detail. I did take a lot of pictures of badges, so there's going to be other stuff, other things I can do, but just be mindful and respectful. You're working with trademarks and word marks, and you know, don't use them for commercial use. I just enjoy playing around with the photos and showing you how to do it on Affinity Designer. That's going to stay on my iPad. It won't be used commercially. It's not going to be on a t-shirt or a stick or anything like that. So, yeah, you don't want lawyers chasing you down the street. It's not a good look. The neighbours talk all the time. If you've watched me this far, thank you very much. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do consider doing that. Oh, and also if you can remember to help me out with Petrol Vector's Instagram account. I'm not big on followers and all that stuff, but come on, 2 followers, somebody out there, right? I'll leave you with the rest of the footage from the auction house, and I will see you in the next video. My name's Dan, this is Petrol Vectors, thanks very much.
A lot of them are over 150,000 miles. This is even nicer. 122. This is nicer. I like this. Oh no, I bought that. But yeah, most of them. This one is 6 to 8. Yeah. I'd like to get one. XR4i.
Yeah, they're not bad.
I like these. That's what I wanted to look at. Have you seen how cheap the Aston Martin is?